Good morning. Welcome to Pastor John's Fireside Chat. It is Thursday, August 4th. I hope that you're doing well. A while ago, I was talking with someone who's going through some difficult times, and he made some bad choices, and he was telling me about how he'd blown it, and he was such an idiot. And I said to him after a while, you really need to take Jesus a little more seriously. And he became offended. He goes, "What are you talking about? I believe in Jesus." I said, "I didn't say you didn't believe in Jesus. I said you need to take him a little more seriously." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, you keep beating yourself up for past mistakes. You are beating yourself up over things that Jesus has forgiven and even forgotten according to the scriptures. Maybe you need to stop beating yourself up and realize that you are forgiven so that you can move on, because right now you're kind of stuck." That's what I mean by taking Jesus a little more seriously. That conversation that I had made me think of the Bible study that we're going through on Sunday mornings, the book of Zechariah. Zechariah is an incredible book. And listen to these words from Zechariah chapter 3. "Then he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right side to accuse him. The Lord said to Satan, 'The Lord rebuke you, Satan. The Lord who has chosen Jerusalem rebuke you. Is not this man a burning stick snatched from the fire?' Now Joshua was dressed in filthy clothes." The Hebrew gives the impression that there's excrement all over his clothes. So, he's really pretty dirty. "He was dressed in filthy clothes as he stood before the angel. The angel said to those who were standing before him, 'Take off his filthy clothes.' Then he said to Joshua, 'See, I have taken away your sin, and I will put rich garments on you.'" Isn't that cool? The scene is that they're in the courtroom of heaven, so to speak. And the defendant is Joshua the high priest. He's a fallen, sinful person. He is unclean. And Satan is there to accuse him. And yet, before he even has a chance to make an accusation against him, God intervenes. And he basically says, "Satan, shut up. You have no voice here in this heavenly courtroom. Be gone." Now, Satan loves to still accuse us. And unfortunately, we listen to him far too often. That's what this guy I was talking to was doing. He was listening to the accusations of how he had blown it. But what does God do to Joshua? What does God do for us? He says, "Satan, I'm not going to listen to your accusations because I have purified my people." Paul puts it this way in Galatians: "All of us who've been baptized into Christ have been clothed with the righteousness of Christ." Just as Joshua's dirty clothes were removed from him and he was clothed with royal garments, so we, because of the grace of God given to us in Jesus Christ, through our baptism into Christ, we've been clothed with the righteousness of God. And so when God the Father sees us, he doesn't see our sin, because Jesus takes away sin. You are perfect in the eyes of your Heavenly Father through your relationship with Jesus Christ. This guy that I was talking to needed to take Jesus a little more seriously. And so do we. When our consciences condemn us, when we feel that accusing stare of the evil one, trying to remind us that we're not worthy, let's be honest and say, "You know what, Satan? I am not worthy to be a child of God, but it's not about me. It's about God's love for me in Jesus. He has taken away my sin. He has clothed me in his righteousness. I am his because of his death and resurrection." Have a great day in the Lord.